Okay, so Paul,
Yes.
you've been in the SpongeBob business for a while. You've written and directed a bunch of episodes of the show. You wrote the script for the last movie. This time you're directing. How is the process different?
It's different from when I was just a writer, because when I was just a writer, I had to face the abject horror of a blank page every day. But as a producer, I've been sort of directing, so I'm just, people are bringing me stuff and I'm helping shape it. So I've been training for directing a movie for the last 8 years, since the movie ended, and the creator, Steve Hillenburg, took a step back and he handed the day-to-day production over to me. And it's very similar in a lot of ways. I mean, this one obviously had some different things that we don't get to do on the TV show because we can't afford it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was fun, and it was a great experience, and it had an amazing crew and a lot of great people helping, and we had Mike Mitchell helping us direct some of the live action stuff, so that made things much easier, and we sort of split it up into two films, like the animated film and the live action film, and then it all got stuck together, and then a great company, Allura, doing the CG, and just surrounded by a great crew. I couldn't have asked for a better experience for a first-time director.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, you have live action, you've got traditional animation, CGI, you even have stop motion, I think, right?
Yeah, Bubbles.
That's a lot at once.
Yeah, it was a big thing, but we wanted to, obviously when you're making a TV show that people have been watching for 15 years, you want to give them a little something that they can't just see on TV, so they don't just say, oh, well, I go to the movies, I can watch it right here. I think, as Homer Simpson put it at the beginning of the Simpsons movie, like, he pointed at the audience and said, you guys could be staying home and watching this, but we didn't. So we wanted to, make it something special that would bring, you have to put on your raincoat, get in your car, drive to the theater, buy your popcorn and all that. So we wanted to give people a little something extra.
And I also noticed too that the film has elements of like two big phenomena that's going on right now, the dystopian thrillers and superhero movies. So putting that into the film, was that your way of maybe lampooning it or embracing it?
I think maybe a little bit of both. I mean, I think for us the superhero thing is a more recent thing, but we were sort of thinking about Mad Max and kind of going back to movies that we watched when we were younger, and so that, it was just an entertaining idea that something so trivial as a hamburger could actually have such a great effect. We thought that was a funny joke, and we actually had an ending where they get everything back together and then they run out of napkins and it falls back into chaos. So we ended up cutting that out, but yeah, it was. I think we wanted to just sort of kind of show our take on it. We're not really lampooning it. We're not making fun of it. We're just sort of saying, here's what SpongeBob it looks like if he was, part of the Avengers.
Yeah, there were a lot of cinematic references in there. I thought I spotted a couple of Stanley Kubrick references too. Unless I'm crazy.
No, you're not crazy. No, the popsicle inside SpongeBob's head is a little bit of a nod to that. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of Stanley Kubrick, so we thought it was kind of a cute idea.
And as far as working with Tom and Bill and even Antonio, I have to imagine that's probably just the best job in the world.
Yeah, working with Antonio is fun. I mean, I don't get to work with big movie stars. I mean, that often. We've had a few movie stars come in and do voices, but it was a different experience. But he's great, and he got into it right away, and he was super, super fun to have around, and he's really funny, and he plays menace and humor, and he does it all on a dime. So he was great, and these guys like Tom and Bill and all those guys. I mean, they've been doing this so long. It's just amazing to watch them because they know the characters better than we do, than Steve even does. They're just so good at it, and it's so much fun to be around and to watch them play off each other and work with each other and improvise and all that. It's a great experience to be able to do because it's not common to. A lot of actors just get their scripts and they read their lines and they move on, and they're in a booth by themselves, and we try to put them all together in a room and see what happens. And a lot of times we get great stuff out of that, so it's fun.
Paul, thank you so much. Great job with the movie. It was so much fun.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey!